like I say, I was wrong about the Middle East a little bit. Like I say, I was trying to make them have police departments, and the Middle East was like, we don't need police departments. I was like, well, okay, because apparently the police departments were harassing the Middle Easterns. So, and like I say, they were a pretty good group, and at one point in time, they were like, we have to go to war, we have to kill them. So that, I mean, they didn't say it like that. They were basically cool, and they communicated with me, and they're like, we have to kill. They were trying to kill you, and they're trying to kill us, or something like that. They're trying to, they explained the situation. I was like, well, you've been cool in the past, so okay. So, and they were honest about it. So I was like, yeah, okay, you're cool. Anyway, and they remembered me from the past or some point in time. And basically they're used to, like I say, I didn't really realize how awesome the Middle Easterns were. Like I had my doubts for a little bit there. They seemed like criminals and everything else like that. And then I realized, oh no, it's JFK or something like that. It's the government. It's someone else. It's like, oh, okay, I get it. So they're like, we don't need police. They harass us. They get in the way. And it's like, well, it's a desert. Okay. Anyway. So I was like, okay, well, all right, then. And I told the Congress or the Democrats or whatever government. I was like, well, no, they don't want police. They don't need police. Get out of there. So anyway, whatever. So what George W. Bush and basically the crazy people in the White House and the crazy people in Congress have done in my absence, or basically trying to run America, basically, or trying to run the U.S. What they have done basically is on them. Like I said, the Middle Easterns basically explained the situation. I was like, oh yeah, it looks like you're right. Other people have been having problem with the supposed police anyway. So anyway, Middle Easterns, they're a family group, and they're basically like all family members. So they're all related. So it's like, yeah, well, you've basically been out there for what, 2,000, 10,000, 5,000 years now? I don't know. A long time. So yeah, it's your country. And I don't know why anybody would want to be in the Middle East anyway, but they lived there and they wanted to be there and they were cool there. So anyway, so I was like, yeah, no, please. So anyway. So yeah. Anyway, whatever. Like I said, the Middle Easterns, I didn't realize how cool they were, and then later on, I was like, oh yeah, maybe you're cool, because like they remembered me apparently from the past or something like that. Well, I mean, they found my old tunnels or my old caves with some of my artifacts, and I was like, oh yeah, those are my artifacts. Yeah, they saved those. That was a homage to me or something like that. Those were all the things I was making at the time. So, and then later on, we made more. So, anyway, yeah, I mean, my history is basically like, hey, so, I wasn't trying to stomp out people, and like I say, I love the Gypsies, I love the Middle Easterns. They're really good, they're good people. Anyway, though, and like I say, what Bill Gates did, or what Zachary did, and what JFK did, that's their psychoticness. Like, I don't, Nixon was crazy. Nuts. They killed everybody in that hospital. They killed the whole town. Like, I had them sedated and locked up at one point in time because they were killing people. So we locked them up and had them sedated. They went back and basically killed the whole hospital and the town. So, anyway, yeah. Like, psychotic. So yeah, and then like I say, they were labeling people spies and basically locking them up, and basically Nixon, JFK, he was fucking nuts, man. Absolutely nuts. I mean, what's his name? I'm pretty sure like a couple of other people were nuts too. Anyway, I don't really know. Like I only know brief little bits of this and that. And basically, pretty much what I was ordering, what I was having done. And like I say, I mean, the rest is just free will, free choice, and I don't really know. So anyway, yeah. So you got, but whatever. And I think it was basically JFK Nixon was just trying to hold everyone down and pretty much start off his gore, his whatever fantasy life or whatever. They were, like I say, John McCain, he raped a bunch of women. He raped a British woman. He raped a bunch of Chinese. They were doing commando raids, and there's a picture of my White Star submarines, sitting next to a pier, and where they raped a bunch of people and killed a bunch of people. So, and it was basically John McCain, and there's even a film of them raping some girl, where he like strangles a girl. It was either JFK or John McCain or somebody, you know. And JFK was doing like a bunch of songs and like doing a bunch of movie appearances or something like that, and like they were psychotic and crazy. They really thought they could do whatever they wanted, and that they could just get away with whatever. And it's like, well, anyway, he was living a lie. He was just getting as far as he could possibly get, and he was a really nasty, horrible person inside, and ridiculously jealous of me, like I say, like super jealous of me, because anyway, I don't know. He just wanted to make a name for himself in a negative way. So, whatever. Like I said, that there's things about him taking the wooden boat, basically, and going over a beach full of there's a beach and there's a bunch of swimmers in the water, and like he's drunk or laughing as he basically takes this wooden boat with the propeller over all these people swimming. Like the Secret Service later on admits to it and tells about it, how JFK basically he turned the wheel real hard, and he basically took the boat right through the beachgoers. Basically, there's all these kids there, and they're like little kids swimming in the water with the moms and dads and stuff, and they're like with the wooden boat, like smacking them on the head, and then the Secret Service guy, or the guy that's with them, the military guy, like grabs the wheel, and, like forces, and like they're like fighting each other, like with the wooden boat. JFK's driving or someone's driving, and they're like fighting him, and they're like running over the beachgoers, and that Secret Service guy is like, I could hear the heads as they struck the hull, sounding like coconuts. There's a bunch of swimmers, and by a beach, and they're like waving at him, and he waves at them, and he takes the boat and runs it right through the middle of them. And like that's when we sedated him or something like that. He was nuts. I don't know if he was on drugs or if he was just drunk or what. But he was one of the JFK Nixon. He was like, so what? Yeah, because there were multiple of them, so he could always claim it wasn't me. I was somewhere else. And he would say that. But he went right through a bunch of beachgoers. So anyway, that was JFK Nixon. He had one of the wooden boats. He sliced up a bunch of kids. Killed a bunch of people just like that. And he's supposed to be the leader of the country. Best person in the world. He gave a locket to some girl, and he goes to her work, and he takes the locket back, and I think he killed her. I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, like I say, he was bad as JFK as fake president, and he was even worse as Nixon. When he became Nixon, he basically had a good reputation and felt like a new man that could do anything he wanted. So if he was bad before, he was 10 times that. So anyway, that's why Nixon was always like, I'll do it right now, and I'm doing the briefcase. I say everyone would know Nixon. He got to 80 years old and he just didn't give a fuck. So, anyway, yeah, that's what happened. Anyway, you can talk to some of the people. I think Lee Harvey Oswald admitted some stuff because he was around then about like the coin makings. They were taking old frames and they're punching them, and then they would make coins out of the old frames that they could get from the old Fords, and then they would put wooden frames underneath them, pine wooden frames. They could have gotten the oak wood frames for the same amount, but they wouldn't even buy it. They were almost spending more money for the pine than they were for the oak wood frames that I would provide to them. But they were doing something legal, and Lee Harvey Oswald was like, "Why are we working for? We're doing something illegal anyway. Why are we working so hard, or whatever? I mean." Anyway, basically counterfeiting money. Because you could buy a frame or a truck, basically an old truck, and make coins out of the frame, or something like that, and just plate them or something like that, and then spend them. They found out that over 30% of the coins, or 50% of the coins, were actually plated, and not even real coins. That was Lee Harvey Oswald and Nixon.